Flamethrower is an extremely niche option to choose. It looks simple, but in reality, if you want to play competitively with it, it's much more complicated. I'm gonna give you 5 tips to be effective with the Flamethrower, even in higher ranks. So let's get started. Tip 1. Use Pyro Mines. This is one of the reasons why I call myself Pyro Heavy. Enemies have a hard time countering burn damage. The only two ways to counter it are either getting healed or staying inside a smoke cloud. With Pyro Mines, you can deal more damage while fighting. I will explain this in a bit. 2. Gain more control over enemies by placing a Pyro Mine on their statues, near the cache out, or even exploding them midair. Let's break this down. First, you can throw and detonate Pyro Mines on enemies during a fight. This deals explosive damage and burns them. While they're burning, you can also hit them with the Flamethrower to maximize damage output. This tactic is really unexpected and works like a charm almost every time. However, you need to be careful about how you throw the Pyro Mine. Don't throw it too high or it won't deal burn damage. You need to throw the Pyro Mine directly at the enemy and shoot it with the Flamethrower. Not too high though. This technique takes practice, and as you can see, I've become extremely comfortable with throwing Pyro Mines in any position. And I can even pull off some trick shots with them. Also, keep in mind that you can throw Pyro Mines up to 10 meters. Actually, it will be better if I showed you a few clips and commented on them, so here we go. In this clip, all the enemies are one floor up trying to kill us from there. Since they are not coming down and I don't have any quick way to go up there, I throw a Pyro Mine and immediately detonate it. It caused explosive damage to all of them, and the burn damage killed one of them, and my teammate killed the rest of them. Now in this clip, we had a fight and there was one guy alive. I placed Pyro Mines on both statues and check this out.
Create a video based on that.
Bro, I just got a kill! Oh, one more.
And the title will be 3 ADHD people playing the final.
Oh my god. One, I think he res the other one and then died to the mine.
Yeah. In this clip, 2 of my teammates left the game, and I stole the box and almost pulled off 3v1 with this setup. You can also throw Pyro Mines onto high grounds if you can't reach it directly, like windows. Keep in mind that flames will linger in the air after you detonate Pyro Mines. Alright, enough about Pyro Mines. Now, tip number 2, Crosshair Placement. I've seen so many players fail to deal maximum damage with the Flamethrower because of poor crosshair placement. The Flamethrower has forgiving aim. You can hit enemies even when aiming slightly to their right or left. We can use this to our advantage. Personally, I prefer hitting enemies in a circular motion. While doing this, I try to analyze their movement so I can adjust my aim accordingly. For example, if the enemy is running to the right, you need to aim slightly to their right, otherwise the Flamethrower won't deal any damage. This happens because the Flamethrower has a slight delay. If you're at the maximum range where it can hit, the flames take time to travel. So, if you're a bit far and trying to shoot an enemy running to the right, but aim directly at them, the flames might land on the left side of the enemy. As a result, you will miss and your attack won't deal any damage. Tip number 3. Hit, let them burn, hit again. The Flamethrower has a burning effect, we all know that. But what most players don't realize is how it actually works. It has 3 levels of burn damage. If you keep hitting an enemy for a certain amount of time, you will deal burn damage 3 times. However, if you hit them very briefly and then stop, you will only apply a single instance of burn damage. Or none at all if you just tap once and don't hold. You need to practice to fully understand this mechanic. Here is an example. If you are low on health and have cover, like a dome shield or barricade, you can hit the enemy for about 3 seconds, then stop and take cover. While you're safely behind cover, the flames will continue to burn the enemy, applying damage over time. When the 3 levels of burn damage have been applied, you can re-engage and attack again. This tactic minimizes your risk during a fight, letting the flames do the work while you recover or reposition. Now, because I play fully aggressively, I couldn't find any footage of me using this tactic. Normally I use it with a dome shield, but for this specific strategy, it's actually better to have a mesh shield. Tip number 4. Play an aggressive or unpredictable. I play insanely aggressive and unpredictable, and here's why. You are using a close range weapon with an area damage, so you need to get close to your enemies. You can't rely on predictable paths, as enemies will easily pick off of you while you're trying to approach them. That is why I always aim to be unpredictable to close the distance. Sometimes the best play is actually the most obvious one, because the enemy won't expect you to do it. For example, I often use jump pads in risky situations without hesitation. The enemy team doesn't usually expect the heavy to jump straight towards them at the start of the fight. Once you're up close, you can use your weapon and abilities to deal maximum damage, especially while your teammates are also attacking. This aggressive playstyle is highly effective, and I assure you it works. I even wiped out top 20 ranked teams with this strategy like it's no big deal. Here are some clips to show you how it's done. Tip number 5. Movement. I always say this, just because you're moving slow doesn't mean you have to be slow. You need to have excellent movement, especially as a heavy with Flamethrower, because reaching enemies for close range fights is crucial. Movement is essential. If you feel like you're too slow, it means you're doing something wrong. Great movement is a necessity if you want to play Flamethrower effectively. Once you mastered your movement skills, there is one more thing I want to emphasize. Don't stand still or run in a straight line while attacking with the Flamethrower. You will be facing enemies in close range. So, as I said before, you need to stay unpredictable. I always move left and right while shooting enemies. This makes it harder for them to hit you and increases your chances of surviving the fight. Every detail matters when it comes to reducing your enemy's chance to kill you. And with that, we reached the end of this video. Of course, there are many more tips and tricks for the Flamethrower, and I'm planning to create longer and more detailed videos in the future. I wanna thank you all for your incredible support, I truly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to join our BBQ Party Discord channel. The link is in the description and in my bio. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.